Oh boy, time now for another exciting episode of Mr Nailsin Sunday Comics. And continuing on with our favorite character, the Blue Beetle. And while skipping ahead to the Charlton era of Blue Beetle. And they started out, of course, with Dan Garrett, albeit in a much more different. I mean, they went through so many different powers. Suddenly he had Superman powers and stuff. Can't keep track of it all. But anyway, he's got powers of a sort. Anyway, this was actually the second issue of Blue Beetle. Still Dan Garrett, but not for very long. Yeah, because, the sales just weren't any good. He finally got rid of his mini skirt, But anyway, we'll go into the first story. The mightiest man battles Reds for today and monsters from yesterday. So, a mammoth and a saber-toothed tiger in the Arctic. Sure. So, hot war in the Arctic. It's not really how the song goes, but anyway, there he is. And this girl's like, eee, but they don't see the mammoth behind them, I guess. And then I guess that's, Soviet planes spraying them with flames, which, considering how cold it is, might be for the best. I don't know. So anyway, hot war in the Arctic. Carlton Comics give you more. They do? Hey, she's blonde in the story. That's weird. Anyway, part one. This was a living nightmare as the Gothic warriors hurled their ancient spears at the Chinese invaders of this remote Arctic valley, where hot steam eddied across sheer cliffs of living ice, liberating prehistoric animals imprisoned here for untold eons. Evil had come into this defrosted paradise, and Dr. Dan Garrett knew that he and his lovely companion would never survive the dangers with the intervention. With the intervention? You mean without the intervention? Anyway, Blue Beetle. Run for the plane, Elaine. Hurry. Don't wait for Dr. Garrett. We can't fly away and leave him, even if he is a coward. If only she knew, huh? So I guess he's zapping the commies, And, well, anyway. Dr. Dan Garrett, a coward? Merely a scientist, it seemed, who left violence to Blue Beetle. So here he is being violent. Looks like he's blowing up the Kremlin. Something like that. Yeah. Well, anyway, Dr. Dan Garrett became involved in the hot war in the frozen north when an unidentified military aircraft trespassed and failed to answer when challenged. Hey, who the hell are you? Hello? Who are you? See, that's a problem. Yeah. Oh, geez, it was a caveman on board. Anyway, there were strange occupants in that aircraft. In fact, the pilot, an Oriental, had set the plane on automatic pilot, and he was fleeing for his life. So, wow, a whole other story took place before this comic book story even began. Anyway, the Nike Zeus missile was fired electrically. It tracked the aircraft, homed in on it, and boom. Oh, but the caveman wasn't that. He somehow figured out he needed to hang on to this guy with the parachute. So he did. There he is. Whee! Oh, boy, he's not rid of him yet. Anyway, a snow buggy from the New Line station came out for the survivors. Yonder half a mile, Captain. Dr. White, quick, get a sedative into that guy with the beard. We've got to keep him quieted down till we reach the base. Sir, it's not a communist trick. That man really is an ancient warrior. He's got no dental work, different bone structure, and his shield and axe are authentic for that period. I've got the films and your report, Captain. Even after we show the movies, I doubt if the Washington brass will believe us. A puzzled general believed enough to seek expert opinion. You mean her? Captain Noor, contact Dr. Dan Garrett through the university and ask him to please report here at once. Urgent priority. Very well, General Waller, at once. Dr. Garrett's disbelief didn't last as long as that of the Air Force brass. He saw the Goth's heavy jaw, his squat, heavily muscled trunk, and the crude weapons, and he knew. He is a primitive man. The weapons are authentic. He seems to be of a Gothic tribe from a time perhaps 15 centuries gone. Expression. What are you looking at? Why, we're looking at you. Anyway, I wonder what color panties she's wearing. Yeah, I really wonder. An expert opinion from this far away isn't worth much, Dan. I'd like you to fly up there with my aide, Captain Noor. She's a qualified jet pilot, by the way. Dr. Garrett is an expert pilot, too, I understand. I think they're pink. Anyway, using a small, fast command plane, Dan Garrett and Captain Elaine Noor fly north. Do you really believe that this strange man who came down with the Chinese pilot is a Gothic warrior? Huh? Oh, prognathos jaw formation, whatever, coarse textured facial hair pattern and muscle structure all combined to indicate rather strongly a member of the tribe of Goths of the pre-Germanic period. All right, Dan Garrett. I'm sort of sorry I asked. See, she's waiting for him to bust a move. See? And stupid Dan doesn't get it. Anyway, at the Dew Line base, Dan Garrett brought the ship, you mean the plane, in on a snow-covered runway. Well, look at that. Here comes a new plane. The Chinese pilot refuses to talk, and all we can get out of the warrior is a snarl. I'll have a look at him, Captain. Hey, quit that. This fellow will never be tamed. Captain Noor, you observed that. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. So she makes out with him, or no, she cooks for him. You'd growl too if you hadn't eaten recently. One side, please. You'll get yourself killed, Captain. 10 minutes later, there we are. Isn't that better? Captain Noor, Dr. Garrett. Oh, Captain Noor, Dr. Garrett wants you in radar. And the cloud formation seems to be constant at this point on the Wesen Plateau, no matter what the weather map indicates. Now, I think we'd better fly a reconnaissance mission, Captain Noor. Very well, Dr. Garrett. I want to see the Gothic warrior before I go. I think I calmed him down a little. She's already in love with the caveman. 30 minutes later, as the jet took off. Hey, the Stone Age warrior is missing. the bars of his cage more twisted like pretzels, and he's long gone. He'll freeze out there in the snow. Radio Dr. Oh, it is. I thought that was Garrett. Radio Dr. Garrett and give him the news. Where could our warrior have gone if he freezes out in the snow?
Don't look now, Doctor, but I think our goth is just as warm as we are.
Bum, bum, bum. So they left him his little hammer, too? I mean, that's kind of stupid. Anyway, these clouds are local, almost as though they originated here over the Western Plateau.
Slow down and fly lower, Dr. Garrett.
Captain Nor, what in thunder is he doing aboard? Get that stone axe away from my ear.
He wants you to go down, Dr. Garrett.
Well, can't you do that?
He wants you to land the plane, and I think you better.
Oh, look, they got a dinosaur living there, too. Anyway, this was the first time in the history of aviation that a plane was pirated by a Stone Age man. The danger was real, and Dr. Dan Garrett dropped the landing gear, lowered the flaps, and came in low and slow, praying for a place to set the ship down. For Pete's sake, look, a flying reptile, pterodactyl.
And look, a dinosaur.
That's what I said.
Dr. Garrett, they're all prehistoric animals.
Well, come on, Captain Noah, bring your camera. They'll never believe this otherwise.
Well, this is why Smiley waved you down. This is where he lives. Why is it warm here, Dr. Garrett? Why is there fog all around this place?
It's not fog. It's steam. And unless I'm mistaken, these creatures have been melted from solid ice. The glacial ice cap covering the plateau. It's being melted away by the communists. Who were these monster men from an age gone by? How did they get here? Read Prisoners of Time, Part 2. Well, there we go. How about that, huh? The Waiting Game. I thought it was going to be Prisoners of Time. Maybe this is a separate story altogether. All right. Looks like Air Force One. Maybe we'll take a look at what that's all about. Or not. I don't know. The Waiting Game. Ew. I guess that's like, yeah, it's the rust stains from the stapler that used to be there. Yeah. Well, anyway, this man is a known communist agent arrived at John F. Kennedy International Airport. Papers carefully forged, a cover identity arranged, apparently getting by the scrutiny of the authorities. It's the glasses, they can't tell who he is. The agent on his tail, stayed with him for 19 days. Well, we didn't need to know about that. That's private. He knew the frightening truth about the contents of that bag. That's what you call it. He knew what would happen if the saboteur reached his goal, which was... whatever. He just shot him instead of waiting to find out. It's the silencer. That's why it's a silencer. That way no one hears it. The plan to detonate the atomic pile, which activated the power plant, was foiled. The saboteur, neutralized by the powerful sleeping drug in the wax pellet fired by the U.S. agent, was taken into custody. Oh, so he's fine. See? He said, I'm sleepy. Mission accomplished, subject now being delivered to Entrance 3 Municipal Hospital. Our guards will take him from there. End. So it was a little short story, see? The Waiting Game. He just waited for the spy to show up. And he shot him. Yeah. Meanwhile, back to the Blue Beetle. 20th century man in the person of Dr. Dan Garrett and his lovely companion stared at the warriors who were relics of an age long gone. They had spears and clubs, but neither Dr. Dan Garrett nor Captain Noor had a gun. Yeah, why not? Anyway. Hold it, Chief. Let this girl alone. Prisoners. Time. Suddenly, the goth, they don't look like goths at all. They haven't dyed their hair black. They're not wearing all black. They don't have black lipstick on, all that. Suddenly, the goth who'd been in the jet plane with them leaped between the burly chief and the American prisoners. Well, how do you like that? Smiley seems to be trying to save our bacon. Wonder why.
I think he likes me. Oh, dear. Giggle-tee-hee-deal. That's not so good either, is it?
Looks like they've got other things on their minds. I thought I heard a shot a moment ago. Oh. Then Dan Garrett saw the authors of this weird chain of events. They were Oriental, Chinese. The archaeologist guessed, and from their weapons and equipment, Dan Garrett knew them to be communists. They're building a huge jet airbase. How did they, I know, hear that roaring sound? How did they, I know? Okay.
Anyway, Dr. Garrett, the communists are firing at the goth. It isn't fair. The poor creatures don't understand how badly modern weapons can be. Dr. Garrett.
Pal. But Dr. Dan Garrett had vanished. The great powers only Blue Beetle possessed. The power of the Blue Scarab of the Pharaohs was needed to save the girl and the Goths. Now the Blue Beetle has to act. And in an instant, the Blue Beetle was taking a hand in the uneven battle.
What's happening?
He's shooting laser snot out of his nose. Oh. And he's going to get some, yeah. Then Blue Beetle was at her side, pulsating with magnetic power, but strangely gentle at the same time. And Elaine Noor knew that she'd be safe anywhere with him near.
Who are you? How did you do that to those men?
I am called the Blue Beetle, and I have great powers. It was given to me by a wise and ancient pharaoh. I fight the forces of evil, wherever they may be. Ooh. See what you've done, friend? Now, you've got to whittle another axe for yourself. The great swirling fogs surrounding this place of evil made it difficult to reconnoiter, but Blue Beetle wasn't suffering from the limitations of aircraft. Chinese Communist Air Force markings. The far edge of the valley seems to be incomplete, and the strange roaring noise emanates from there. A mobile atomic-powered steam generator. Tremendous volume of heat directed against the ancient ice of the glacier. So there you go. Here comes Sabretooth. Yeah. The ice melts quickly. In a second, that tiger will complete his leap at that prehistoric man who's been waiting for 100,000 years for those great teeth to find his throat. But Blue Beetle used his powers in time. Zack. The communists saw him then, and heavily armed guards fired a hail of bullets and shells at this strange creature in their midst. Let them know a little to spare before I take their expensive little gadget apart. Oh, no. Got to put a stop to them before they melt the whole polar ice cap. Smash and all this destruction won't do any, well, whatever. If they melted the northern ice cap, then the ice at the South Pole remained. Our planet would be off balance and shift in its axis, inundating coastal cities. This would be the end of the world. Yeah, I don't get what their plan is exactly. The communists were carving a tropical paradise out of this frozen jungle, attacked in a frenzy of fear. A Russian-built tank came snortling and growling and spitting shells. Either the tank will crush him, or the bomb will blast him into molecules. Boom, 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 boom. Balls of boom, boom. Such clumsy fools. Now, I will attack. The Oriental enemies used every weapon in their arsenal, but found them all useless against this man endowed with strange great powers. Zack, yeah.
Oh, Blue Beetle, you are magnificent. Compared with you, no man can.
Hush, Captain. Don't say anything. You'll want to take back later. Huh? In the next chapter, Blue Beetle must find a way to prevent a sneak attack on the United States in The Master Plan.
Part 3.
Well, I mean, I guess it's part 3 of the overall hot war in the Arctic. Just my guess, you know. All right. So now we go to The Thief. The walled estate in the center of the city appeared safe against intruders. But this dark, garbed figure was no ordinary thief. He knew of the great prize within those walls. From the top of the wall, thin-skinned grenades were hurled into the courtyard below. The heavy, cloying vapors that arose from the burst containers brought instant sleep to all they reached. There was no finesse used to open the thick steel vault. Boom. Then he added the incredible sum in huge bills packed into his suitcases. Gross. Look at that. Ew. Anyway, into 2 suitcases. He went out by the front door, leaving the occupants to sleep their last sleepless sleep, or dreamless sleep. Henceforth, each slumber would be marked by nightmares. Oh, great. He made it, Jimmy. Got it. Whew. My country is in your... Oh, it's the Spanish dude. My country is in your debt, amigo. These millions will be put in the national treasury. And the revolution... Well, that's French. The revolution, the money would have financed, will never occur. Looks like somebody cut the brim of his hat off. Anyway, there you go. He got... I don't even remember. Whatever. He saved the day. And now... back to the Blue Beetle. A foothold on the North American continent was all the Oriental horde needed. Now, with it nearly in their grasp, their general ordered more planes from the east, more guns, more of everything that would be needed to conquer the American continent. Oh, I will destroy you. I will rule this world. I will turn your nation into a joyless desert if you do not bend to my will. Part 3. The Master Plan. The squadrons of fighter planes came, loaded with bombs and bullets, their mission to destroy Blue Beetle and any Americans interfering with their plans.
Run, Blue Beetle. Even you can't stand all that power.
You want to bet? Yeah, you're probably right. Get inside, Captain Nord. Quickly, I'll join you in a moment. The girl fled into the cave, and her eyes could not possibly register the supersonic blur that was Blue Beetle as he passed her by. So he's just going to run in there real quick and leave her at the doorway. Anyway, it's about time Dr. Dan Garrett showed his face around here.
Oh, Dr. Garrett. So this is where you've been hiding while Blue Beetle protected all of us.
What about the goths? I didn't see where they went. Something Chinese. Was this to be the fate of Dr. Dan Garrett and Captain Elaine Nord? If they died, wouldn't the aliens from... Oh, you mean the Chinese? From the Orient take possession of the entire Western Hemisphere? Ooh, Bogota. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm only guessing. Anyway. Someone's out. Someone's outside, Captain Nord. You wait here. Bonk. The Goths swarmed down with their ancient weapons, fearless in the face of the winking guns that spat death at many faces. The Goths are beating them, even without modern weapons. Still, it's time Blue Beetle got into the scrap again.
Dr. Garrett, we've got to help those ignorant Blue Beetle. Where is Dr. Garrett? Did he run like a coward again?
Well, don't judge Dr. Garrett too harshly, my dear. He is, after all, a scientist, and
he's a coward. And you are brave, Blue Beetle. I know you would never fail to meet a challenge.
Oh, okay. Are you fuddling my crotch? Oh, wait, the war. Bzz, bzz, bzz. The Goths were in it now, and Blue Beetle allied himself with these gallant warriors in the struggle against the invaders. Hey, take that. Huh? Hey, wow. Man, he is bursting every vessel in his head. The communists lost expensive aircraft, tanks, and guns, and a lot of their more easily replaced assets, like soldiers. They got plenty of those, and low-ranking officers. Ditto. The loss of planes, tanks, and guns eventually forced the Chinese general to a decision. Oh, retreat, retreat, and leave the field to them. We will avenge ourselves with the atomic weapons. Something Chinese, probably fire. I don't know. The tactical atomic shell was aimed point blank at Blue Beetle. If he was struck, he would perish. And if he didn't, Captain Elaine Nord and the Goths certainly would die. See the next chapter, Atomic Death. All right. Oh, I thought there would be another story. Right. The atomic shell was aimed directly at Blue Beetle. He and his allies against this invading horde would surely die. If Blue Beetle didn't possess the power to hurl lightning, power bequeathed from the ancient pharaoh, whose battle against evil is continued today by the man we call the Blue Beetle. Yeah, you'll probably be all right. Anyway, get to the aircraft, Elaine. The Reds will launch a massive and desperate attack at any moment.
I won't leave you, Blue Beetle. You saved us, Blue Beetle. Is this... So it reads like that, I guess? I don't know.
You must.
Very well, but my heart will remain here with you.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, then Blue Beetle leaped into the fray, seeking the communist headquarters. Now, is this the time to drive them off this continent? Now, while they try to mass an attack against the goths, the prehistoric animals, and me, Blue Beetle. Boom. Smash. At communist headquarters, chaos reigned. Orders were issued and contradicted seconds later. Smash, smash, zap, zap. No, you don't, Buster. I'm going to put you fellows back into your long sleep. Huh? Well, okay. The target was another giant nuclear-powered steam machine. There you go. Vroom, 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 vroom. With this wrecked, there'll be no heat. The sub-zero wall of cold around this island of heat in the far north pushed in seconds later. Cleanup took a while. The communist planes parked on the giant airfield that was to have been the invasion base. Well, you just tore them all up, you know. We will send the bombers to destroy the cities now. Order the aircraft armed with nuclear bombs to take off. Zap, zap, zap. Then flames claimed the parked planes. The flaming fuel lit the sky, and the polar cold inexorably began closing in as the atomic furnaces ceased to work. Man, they really did lose a lot of money on this deal. You know? Blue Beetle, thanks heavens you returned. We've got to leave here right away. The runway will be snowed in any moment. You'd better get that scientist chap and, take off. Blue Beetle, don't send me away alone. Come with me, please. No, find Garrett and hurry. Goodbye, Elaine. We may meet again one day. Meanwhile, the dinosaurs are freezing to death and dying, anyway. Then Blue Beetle vanished into the cave, and seconds later, Dr. Dan Garrett emerged looking flustered and harried. This'll be 100 feet deep in solid ice in a month. They'll be frozen fossils again. They won't feel pain, if that's any consolation. But I mean, they're all going to die, you understand. Anyway, the jet blasted off in a blinding snowstorm, and seconds later was in the blinding sunlight of the north. The towering cloud behind them was once more claiming the frozen north for its own. And Dr. Dan Garrett regretfully decided against asking his lovely companion out to dinner when they reached Washington. How can any ordinary man ever seem appealing now after having seen Blue Beetle and having been held in his arms? Yes, I see what you mean. And, well, I guess Dan's plans for Poon didn't work out, because he was defeated by his alter ego. Wow. I wonder where they got that idea from, Well, anyway, now we're going to look at The Lost City. And I don't know, they're swimming. Anyway, they plumbed the depths along the great continental shelf. They're clues that higher water temperatures and unexplained currents swirling here 700 feet down, where the Frenchman Lagarde and his American fiancée Trina Mott daringly explored the great protruding shelf. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. There, gauges recorded a higher temperature here. Another instrument measured the 3-knot current gushing out from beneath the shelf. They saw signs of man's handiwork everywhere, and they swam eagerly deeper beneath the shelf.
Jacques was right.
Yeah, you're above the water now. What? Oh, I guess they found an air pocket underneath. Oh, what the hell? It's a space city. Anyway, it's beautiful, Trina. My research indicated an advanced people had built the city here.
Oh, Jacques, let's hurry. The gold and jewels. Are you sure we'll find treasures? Look, isn't that spire solid gold? And those buildings glitter like jewels?
They have the fire of true jewels. Lagarde couldn't control his impatience. He ran to the building and tested the metal with his knife blade. The pure, soft gold cut easily. Trina Mott, his adventurous fiancée, was interested in the gem-encrusted buildings. She pried a glowing red stone loose.
A ruby! This alone will make us rich, Jacques.
We had hoped for enough to buy the research vessel, Trina. But there is more than that here. Much more.
Jacques, we'd be fools to go on with that research now. We'll have enough to live like millionaires. I'll be rich with my jewels.
What is this singular pronoun that you use? I, you say, not we, and the jewels are yours alone? In addition to not sharing joint ownership, I do not have a share? Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise.
You have the gold, Jacques. Is that not enough?
And you greedily lay claim to the jewels? Trina, how quickly great wealth destroys human values. I would be drowned, I guess, if I tried to carry gold to the surface, and I am not sure I would like being a wealthy man. Really?
I have a ruby and a diamond, Jacques. Let us quickly leave here. I am frightened. I wonder what wiped that city out.
Any number of things. Might even be a giant squid down here. What do you know? Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Will these bring much, Jacques?
Enough to realize our dreams of a research boat and a home of our own, Jada. So these two discovered the famous lost city of Atlantis? Yeah, I don't know. Who left behind the great riches? Oh, yeah, of Atlantis, because it would have impoverished them. Still, have the greatest treasure, love, and happiness. So they did the deed on the boat. Yep, they rocked the boat. Anyway, you want to learn how to draw? Well, this guy's looking for people who like to draw. Albert Dorn, probably the greatest moneymaker in the history of commercial art. At the height of his career, he began a full-time search for people who like to draw. Well, offhand, I can't think of anybody, but should that be you? Hey, look. Oh, wow, look at all these other artists that, I don't know, learned his method or whatever. Anyway, Famous Artist Schools, Studio 7348, Westport, Connecticut. So that's what you got to do. So I would like to find out whether I have art talent worth developing. Please send me, without obligation, your famous artist talent test. So there you go. You fill that out and you send it in to, I guess. Oh, to that address. Yeah. And you'll learn how to draw. Probably not anymore. The guy's dead, and so is everyone else. But at one time, you could have been a great artist like Albert. Was it Dorn? Yeah, Albert Dorn. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Blue Beetle. Oh, that was exciting, huh? It really doesn't get any more exciting than Blue Beetle. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess I'll move on over to some other stuff. But in the meantime, I'll play. What's this one? Come on. I don't remember if I played this one or not. Well, I'm going to play it. And then I'll come back and show you some artwork I've been working on. Oh, yeah.
You may have noticed you don't hear from Tarzan much these days. Well, turns out his pet chimp, Cheetah, was really jealous. And one day he caught Tarzan fucking Jane. Cheetah freaked out and took liberties with Tarzan's anatomy. Cheetah relieved Tarzan of his sack with his foot. Yeah, the fact that he used his foot was an extra fuck you from Cheetah. Anyway, Tarzan ordered an elephant to stomp Cheetah, but the damage was done. Jane left him for a witch doctor. It's all sad.
Flash Gordon in Space Soldiers Conquer the Universe.
Because Black Death and Red Death were already taken.
Well, that damn ambulance just ran him right over.
The purple death that leaves only a purple spot on the forehead of its victim.
You'll never catch me. Extra, extra! Crazy mad ambulance driver spreading horrible purple death plague. Extra! Man, you gotta hear this. Someone managed to get a recording of Hitler farting. Keep listening in case he farts again. Gentlemen, this may be the thing we need to bring Germany to her knees.
If Hitler doesn't surrender soon, we will release this recording of him farting. As proof of our claims, let him now hear an edited version of the recording.
Meanwhile, in outer space, on a particular foggy afternoon in outer space, the fools? That was Ming's farts, not Hitler's. Oh dear.
Thanks, Flash.
Any moron can pilot this thing. No, Ming's ship just peed all over the earth.
We must destroy that ship. I'll drop down on it. Duck off. Radio the earth.
Oh, so this is a universal picture.
Well, gentlemen, it appears the plague is caused by Ming's urine and not an ambulance after all.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Alabama teacher at Christian Academy arrested, accused of having sexual relationship with minor student. Ooh. An Alabama teacher was arrested and charged on allegations that she had sex with a minor student. The revelation comes amid alleged concerns that other students were targeted by the educator in a similar manner. On Friday, July 18th, North River Christian Academy, a K5 through 12 school, confirmed that a former employee had been arrested by local law enforcement. The suspect was identified as teacher Sarah Huggins Logan, 35, by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office. She was charged with one count of a school employee engaging in a sex act. We were made aware of the allegation earlier in the week and notified the appropriate state and local authorities. We have cooperated completely with the responsible agencies, said North River Christian Academy's statement on the matter. It continued, our first concern is for the health and welfare of our students, staff, and family. Please respect the privacy of all these parties. Contributing to rumors and suspicions profits no one and contributes only to the hardships experienced, by those impacted. Geez, here's another one. Man, I don't have all night. Anyway, on Wednesday, July 16th, the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office was informed by the parents of an underage female at the SKU that the student had been involved in a sexual relationship with Huggins. Okay, a warrant was issued for Logan's arrest after investigators conducted interviews and examined evidence. Logan is no longer employed at North River Christian Academy. The school told People magazine that she was released earlier in the week for a reason unrelated to the arrest. Well, what are the odds? The age and identity of the student have not been released. Well, of course not. Per authorities, there are concerns that Logan had additional victims. They are encouraging anyone allegedly involved in a similar relationship to come forward. They added that the school is cooperating with the investigation. North River Christian Academy described the case as heartrending for all involved. This includes especially the families directly impacted. We have prayed for them and encouraged our entire school family to hold them up in their personal prayers. This situation is easy for no one. There are only degrees of difficulty. They concluded writing, we have received an outpouring of encouragement and support from many in the extended Cole School family. We, the Charger family, will weather this storm together. Well, all right then, but again, this is another one where the mugshot alone, yes, the mugshot. Yeah, you gotta have to throw the book at her. That's the. All right, let's take a look at what Mr. Nailsin has been working on. So some of this will be, well, all of it will be art for the forthcoming Doodleverse Comics #2. So right off the bat, oh boy, look at this, is great, huh? Yeah, okay, it's AI for the background. So I added a halftone pattern. And there we have our crew of the Je ne sais quoi. Now, this was an idea that came up while I was watching the FX show Alien Earth. And in between doing images of Dabbleverse characters, came up, I don't know why, the suggestion that there was this other ship that captured an alien, the Je ne sais quoi. Because and came up with Je ne sais quoi because in the original Alien, the ship's name was a French name, Nostromo. And then Maginot was used in Alien Earth. So I chose Je ne sais quoi. I don't know what. So here we have our characters. So we have Mersch and Melton are the engineering crew. Imholt is the captain. At the suggestion of a viewer, Stuttering John is the communications officer, and Karmic is the android. So he's the android officer. The cat is just the cat. April is the nurse to Dr. Nick. Nick Ricada is the doctor on the ship. So this would be a group image of them. I've already done all the drawings and put ink to it. I just got to put color to them and then write out the narrative of the story of the je ne sais quoi as they capture an alien. Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, everything goes wrong. Oh, how will they get out of this? Well, that would spoil the story, you know. So that'll be a part of Doodleverse Comics number 2. Now, very recently, due to the back and forth goings on of, Mr. X himself, Karmic, he broke up with Gilly. He apologized to Pat Dixon and even me. Oh, I was like, oh, how about that? Then, well, I don't know, within a day or two, he was crying and missing her and stuff. Now he's done yet another 180 and hates us again and says he lied about everything that he said she did and all of that, and offers his apology to her. Of course, you just got a pretty good example of how much that's worth. But, well, he's going to try anyway. So right off the bat, this, because I just don't have any swirly stuff. So I did this AI swirly whatever. And then I put the, around about approximation of the girls that appear in his background when he does his show. You've got some sort of vampire girl and then some other girl. Something like that. I think she's actually facing the other way. But whatever. And I drop a halftone pattern over that. Then I add the rainbow colors over it to try to, a sort of representation of all that AI crap that he has in the background of his show. So here's Karmic himself in his standard outfit of his jacket, recognizable everywhere, and he's upset. Why will he be? Well, there's a number of reasons as to why, and of late, it's a certain amount of jealousy. Yeah, and it's painful. It really irritates him. Even recently, that's right. You see, someone brought up someone else who recently had a, albeit brief, interaction with Fuddle, And oh boy, Karmic didn't like that. So of course, while he was on MLC receiving his public flogging and begging for forgiveness on his knees, on all fours, you know the deal. Someone decided to super chat in and ask about, Fuddle's little get together with Clearwater Chad. Oh boy. Oh, he didn't like that. Well, it turns out the image he saw was actually AI as well, where it depicted him putting his arm around Fuddle and all. It was a little bit more cozy and chummy than it really was. So it was all a misunderstanding, but nevertheless, boy, the mask almost slipped. He was almost right back into the raging anger of of her flirting around with other men. Even though, hey, come on, she wasn't doing that. But anyway, so of course I had to, an artistic representation of the event or the non-event or the concept or the perception, what have you. So it's sort of Clearwater, Chad. He's sitting there, and Gilly's on his lap, and she's giving her obligatory thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. And no, I don't like that. No, fuck you. So, and here he begins to cry. So you see, you take that out, and the eyes are, wide open and clear and everything. But after the tears and everything, oh boy, it gets red, Yeah, you got to have that effect there. So he's really very upset at this. So we'll add a word bubble, and then we'll put the words. Yeah. So I put that in there. Fuck you, shitwater, Chad. I'm turning you into block. Yeah, see? There you go. That's the entire event. So, and imagery like this, even though he was fooled by an AI rendition of it, still they did meet. Yeah. Yeah, he just, I don't like other men being around his fuddle. It's a strange thing. They're so much alike, It's too bad it didn't work out. Maybe it will, I mean, if she really likes being large and in charge here, because she's going to be the boss, of this relationship. That's just the way it is. And he grovels and begs and all that. It'll probably go like that over and over again. But nevertheless, whatever floats her boat, So, but yeah, both paranoid and delusional and obsessive and jealous. I mean, they're perfect for each other. Why can't they see it? So anyway, and of course, the Mr. Nailsin signature. Ah, yes. So here we go. Another Doodleverse comic of Dabbleverse events. In this case, poor Karmic, tormented by Clearwater Chad. It doesn't stop there. I got to do one with MKE as well. And, boy, the saga continues, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, it'll probably just do the same thing again, over and over again. But nevertheless, you never know what other sayings he'll come up with. That's the one thing that remains. All this other stuff of, him being pissed off or upset about Gilly or just crying about being alone and misunderstood and all that stuff. Yeah. But it's the sayings that he comes up with. Shit light. You never would have known that. You never would have heard the concept of a shit light. You would never have known if not for Karmic. That's something to think about, isn't it? Yeah. And then, of course, all the other things. I'll show you where the bear shits in the woods. What an interesting take on that. It was always hey, does a bear shit in the woods? Well, I assume, yeah. But in this case, Karmic, he will show you where the bear shits. In the woods. He left no doubt about it. It's in the woods somewhere. But, the woods. I mean, it's a lot of woods. So where specifically did the bear indeed shit? Well, Karmic will know. And he will shine that shit light and show you where the bear shits in the woods. Yeah. So, show a little respect once in a while, So anyway, there we go. That's the latest inspiration from Karmic X, Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, I guess that'll do it. Super tip, please. Super tip. No super tips. Oh, well. Hey, look, I tried. I read you a comic book story. I gave you Nailsin News, a Flash Gordon thing. And I showed you some artwork. Oh my goodness. What do I got to do? Anyway, have a good rest of your day. Hopefully, might do a live stream tonight. Don't know for sure, but hopefully. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll visit again someday. Well, probably later tonight. Nothing too overly dramatic, but well, that's the way it is. Anyway, again, have a good rest of your Sunday.